Hi, my name is Tiffany Angulo, and I am from Tiffany's Nail Babes. I'm a senior director with Color Street. I'm here to show you today how to get a pedicure with your leftover strips. So I can usually get a pedicure out of 3 to 4 strips, just depending on how I cut them that day. So first off, you want to make sure that all of your cuticles are pushed back really well. And then you're going to use your nail prep pad. Of course, wash your feet, shape up your toenails, and use your nail prep pad to make sure that there are no lotions or oils. I'm going to need you to excuse this big toe. I actually broke off the toenail and had to rebuild the toe. I used tea bags and nail glue to build myself a new toenail because I literally ripped half of it off. So it's a little funky looking. But so after you do that, I use the biggest strip on my thumbnail, so I'm going to use the one size down, and instead of going long ways like this because it doesn't quite fit, I'm going to go sideways like this. So what you do is you are going to peel off this top layer. You don't need that for anything. It is just to keep the strip from drying out. Then I'm going to go ahead and peel off my strip. Now this is my Color Street, so it's a base coat, color coat, and top coat. And then I'm going to place that a little over the inside of my nail, like this. And I'm going to go ahead and press down. If you don't go a little over the side, then I always tend to wind up with a gap when I'm doing it sideways. So I do like to go a little over. And then I'm just going to break it off just like I would a typical strip right up underneath that toenail and pull it away as if I had wrapped it around like a normal. I'm basically just going on the side. Now you can use your thumbnail or you can use a orange stick or a cuticle pusher to do all of this. It's all the same, but you just kind of come up here, push it down and trim out the excess. And then I'm going to peel all this little bit away. Now this excess that I just peeled off, this is what I'm going to use on my next 2 toenails. So you already have this nice little rounded part right here, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just put it on that one toenail. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm just going to continue to break apart and push underneath to break it off. Okay. Oh, I actually missed part of that. So, since I did miss part of that nail, we're just going to kind of, since it's a glitter, really easy to do this with. It's not on my toenail. Push it on down. Break it off. Okay. So I do still have a little bit here. I kind of folded that up on itself, so I don't know if that's going to really be usable. I'll kind of like move it around on any of these toes and see if we have enough to do a toenail. There's enough to do that one. So I usually just like keep placing them, just go toe after toe until I find a toenail that it fits on, and then I just trim it up around the ends to get rid of any of the excess. Oh, no, I may have messed that one up. No, I didn't. There we go. Let's see. Fold that over. Fold you over. And there is that toenail. So, I'm going to go ahead and do the other toe or other foot with this other big strip as well. Now, you can use your scissors to kind of like I'll show you on one of the next ones, to kind of trim them up so you don't have to do as much trimming with your fingers. But again, like on this, I'm going to go just a little bit over the side to go down so I can push it on in there. Trim up that little bit. Same thing over here. Trim up that little bit. Like I said, cuticle pusher works just as well here. If you don't want to use your fingernail, I would use the back of the cuticle pusher though. So that little slanted side. Trim up that little extra right in there. There we go. You have a beautiful polished toenail. Kind of straighten that out. And again, I'm going to do the same thing over on this side. And I'm just going to trim them up exactly like I'm doing my fingernails. And I still have all of this left over. So let's go and do that next nail. Okay, so that is about all that I'm going to get out of that strip. So I've only used 2 strips so far, and I've already gotten 6 nails. So I only have 4 nails left. I honestly think I can get those 4 nails out of this one strip. So we're going to go ahead and give that a try. Usually it only takes me 3. Sometimes it's been taking me a little more. It just depends. But I'm going to use this down here on that toe. And then I'll round it out and show you on the next toe what I'm going to do. Instead of just putting this down and trimming it out, your other option is you can kind of just take your scissors, right, and round this yourself, just kind of like that. And then that way you have a nice, I didn't round that very well. Sometimes I gotta go back and just do it a little, trim it up a little bit more. This is actually how I do my kids' nails, because they don't like a lot of like pushing down with my thumbnail. So I usually go in and round out all of their nails, see, and then it's really just the trimming on the edges, and you don't have to do the sides or anything like that. Okay, and I still have plenty left over to do my other toes. So I have these weird pinky toes. They are the like worst things to try to get nails on. I always have such a hard time because there's like no toenail there. So this one sometimes depending, it doesn't stick and I have to like go back because there's literally like no nail there, guys. Yeah. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to just kind of trim it up with the scissors because it won't stick well enough to my nail to fold around. But if I just push it down after trimming it like this and I leave it alone for 30 minutes, it will adhere to that nail. So last little bit, I do the same thing on the other side. A nice little straight line. And then try to get in here to these little baby toes that have like, you know, no toenail. I was not blessed with toenails on my pinky toes. I know some people that have toes like these, sometimes they'll just leave the color straight off their baby toe. And I've done that before, like but I like to have just that tiny bit of color there. So I have found that the best way to do that, because honestly, if I tried to like trim that like off with my fingernail, it would not come off. So just cutting it with scissors or cuticle clippers is the best way to do that. So there we go. I have a nice, beautiful pedicure out of only 3 leftover strips.